Andrea and Esther from CSP Career Development. During this short video, we're going to get you ready to create or update your resume.
Your resume is an important document used for part-time jobs, volunteer opportunities, internships, full-time jobs, and graduate school, just to name a few. This document serves as your first impression, so you want it to be a good one.
For example, take these two presents. Which would you prefer and why? Most people are typically going to prefer the neat, well-wrapped present. But what if we told you that the same item was in both of these? Well, the same thing goes for your resume. You can have two equally qualified candidates, but based on how the resume is put together, we make judgments and form that first impression.
It is fairly easy to tell you what sections to include on your resume and what font size to use, but it is often difficult to decide what to put on your resume. You've created a worksheet, Career Competencies, in your resume, which walks you through the process of identifying things you participated in and relating them to relevant skills employers are seeking. We call those transferable skills. Once you start listing your experiences, you have to decide which is most relevant to your job goal.
For example, your goal may be to obtain an on-campus job as a student tour guide. Let's say in the past you have worked in lawn care over the summer. Is that experience relevant enough for your resume? Well, it depends. Do you have other experiences that might be more closely related, such as something with direct customer interaction? If yes, then use those experiences that are most relevant. If not, then yes, you want to list your lawn care position. The question is how you choose to communicate what you did. If you simply say, cut lawns, that doesn't tell the reader a whole lot. But if you were to talk about the entrepreneurial approach you took when connecting with potential clients, or how you are always accurate and timely with billing, that tells the reader a lot more.
We can't go into all the scenarios of what is best to put on your resume, but we can tell you that each resume is unique. You have to sell yourself based on your experiences and your goals. We can tell you the basic components of a resume and some best practices. I'm going to mention a few best practices, but keep in mind that these are all on our resume handout for easy reference as you build your own resume. For starters, you will want to use an appropriate page length, which is typically 1 page. Be consistent with your font choices, font size, and use single spacing. Font choice should be traditional, usually Arial, Calibri, or Times New Roman, and size should be between 11 and 12 points. Use bullets, bold, and italics to guide the reader through your document. It's very important to check your spelling and avoid using any personal pronouns such as I, me, or my statements.
Next is your resume format. Take a look at various samples to get an idea of what will work best for you based on your experience. Avoid using resume templates as they can be tough to edit. Generally speaking, when it comes to the layout, you will first list your education. This section will include CSP listed as Concordia University St. Paul with your official degree title and expected graduation month and year. You could include your high school information, but it is recommended to remove that mid-sophomore year. You might also choose to add a coursework section. Early on in your academic career, or when you have yet to have applied experience, it is helpful for employers to see the relevant coursework you have completed. Here you would list the course name, semester taken, and 1 or 2 statements on what you did in the class. Once you obtain relevant experience, this section is often eliminated. Then on to your experience. The experience section on everyone's resume is going to look a bit different based on what you have done. Some of you might list a leadership section and include involvement and athletics. You might list work experience if that has been a part of your path, or possibly community involvement if you have volunteered.
We already mentioned making meaning out of your experiences, and that is the next part of your resume. In addition to using the career competencies as a guide to help you brainstorm, look at the job descriptions. Employers lay out the skills they want you to have along with the responsibilities of the job. The job description is almost like a cheat sheet. Like you shouldn't know all of this, but you do, so use that language and incorporate it into your resume. Let's take a look at this AmeriCorps Program Coordinator position at We're Building Together Twin Cities. In their job description, they're seeking someone who has experience with promoting and increasing awareness of the organization through attending events, through creating marketing material, creating social media content, newsletters, websites, and also presenting at community organizations or tabling. Now think about your past experiences that relates to this. Maybe you helped out at a booth for an on-campus organization at CSP's involvement fair, recruiting students for your club. Maybe you presented at different classes about an upcoming event. Maybe you helped create social media content for a job or an on-campus organization. Talk about what you have done as it relates to the responsibilities in the job description. Essentially, you're letting the job description help write your experiences on your resume.
That wraps up our overview of getting started on your resume. Please use the resources we mentioned and reach out if we can be of assistance.